Live. And tonight we're going to be talking about, well, more Trump. Sorry. He's all over the place. He's going to be releasing files and going buck wild. It's Trump all the time. All kinds of Trump going on. Trump. And we're going to cover it. We got all kinds of things. So, yeah, there's going to be pretty heavy news coming out from the American side of things, and he's trying to solve all the world's problems in his first week. So he's already hit the ground running, to say the least. So he's definitely trying to make his marks. I give him credit for his ambitiousness. So he is ambitious. But we shall see how far, how much, how long, what he can do, what he can get done, and all of that. So this, of course, is the most comprehensive news on YouTube. And you can find this on SUBSTACK. It is PrepperNow.substack.com. So if you're into this kind of thing and you want to follow the links in the description, or not in the description, well, there are some links in the description you should go to, but if you want to follow these links to wherever rabbit holes they take you, they're ready for you. They're there. They're free. And the site, if you want to follow, no charge. Unless you want to be charged, there's that option. We always give you options here. So hopefully you're ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. It's late, long week, got a longer weekend. So let's get started on your crisis report for January 23rd, 2025. Southport terrorist Axel Rula Cubana is being sentenced today. Prosecution has revealed as an aggravating factor in Rula Cubana's case that he said he was glad the children were dead and laughed when he found out he had killed a 6-year-old. Wow. In the words of Eddie Murphy, looks like you're getting the Hell Express. Polls published after the January 19th riot in Seoul shows that despite everything, the right-wing People's Power Party, or Triple P, of President Yoon is now indeed the most popular party in South Korea. So, they're at 38%. Democratic Party of Korea is at 36%. Center left. New Reform Party is at 2%. They're a moderate conservative. And then the Progressive Party, Democrat Party, is 36%. So, popularity in younger generations, 18 to 29, 27% Triple P, 30 to 39, 34%. And, yeah, so that's the deal. Former D.C. police officer Andrew Zabavsky given full pardon. He was convicted in September of 2024 of 48 months in prison for conscious disregard of the extreme risk of harm following a car chase and subsequent cover-up. Argentina's President Javier Milei at the WEF says the West has lost its way and that wokeism has replaced freedom with tyranny. On its foundation, wokeism was built an ideology of monolithic thinking upheld by various institutions whose purpose is to penalize dissent. Feminism, diversity, inclusion, equity, immigration, abortion, environmentalism, gender ideology, amongst others. These are all various heads of the same beast aimed at justifying the state's expansion through the appropriation and distortion of noble causes, or as PrepperNow says, it sucks. Trump taps Sean Curran, current agent who rushed on stage during the Butler hit to lead the Secret Service. The guy with the sunglasses who went on stage immediately, that's the guy who wants to lead the Secret Service. Excuse me. Kremlin ready for mutually respectful Trump talks. UK probes Apple, Google competitiveness in the mobile phone market. Trump says he will release the JFK files because we're looking at it right now. Hundreds of Hungary schools hit with bomb threats. Iran says that the U.S. designation of Yemen's Houthis as terrorists are baseless. Projection on Tesla's Berlin Gigafactory has depicted Elon Musk throwing a Roman salute with the text, "Hail Tesla." Netanyahu says Elon Musk is being falsely smeared as a Yahtzee. He is a great friend of Israel. Oracle's Larry Ellison, billionaire, says that citizens will be on their best behavior with an AI surveillance system overlord. 2 days ago, he announced that he wants to use AI to create gibbities. Wonderful. Why don't you go to your island and stay there, buddy? NATO chief Rutte says Europe will pay for U.S. arms for Ukraine. He urges Trump to continue with the weapon supplies. International Criminal Court seeks arrest warrant for Taliban Supreme Leader Akhundzada for violating women's rights. Just 2 days after President Donald Trump signed an executive order on immigration, the U.S. military will send an additional 1,500 active duty troops to the border with Mexico, White House said on Wednesday. 500 Marines, Army helicopter crews, and intelligence analysts are amongst the additional troops. They will join the 2,200 active duty troops and thousands of National Guard troops who were already at the border ahead of Trump's inauguration this week. Republican Trump ordered 5,200 troops to help secure the border with Mexico during his first term. 2 Iranian cargo ships, Golban and Jaran, are set to transport over 1,000 tons of sodium perchlorate from China to Iran, according to Western intelligence. Chemical used to produce ammonium perchlorate for solid missile propellants could yield 1,300 tons of fuel, enough for 260 mid-range missiles like the Khyber Shikan or Haj Qasem. A first North Korean 122mm MLRS disguised as a civilian truck spotted somewhere near a border area with Russia. System first unveiled in Pyongyang's military parade on September 8th, 2023. British activist group led by donkeys was the ones that projected Elon Musk's salute on Tesla's Berlin Gigafactory. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas says we do not need a European army. We need 27 European armies that are capable and can effectively work together to deter our rivals and defend Europe, preferably with our allies and partners, but alone if needed. Polish President Duda, I want Putin to beg Ukraine and its allies for peace. Israel plans to restart the war after the hostages are released. That really is the big story tonight. Israeli officials say that they have stood behind their goal of dismantling Hamas military wing and its government, suggesting that they could resume the war after the release of the remaining 30 hostages out of 100 in Gaza. Hundreds of homes are under immediate threat near Castaic, California, as the fire now burns over 5,000 acres. CDC's bird flu tracker was not updated today following the Trump administration's pause on external communications. A large courthouse is under construction at Guantanamo Bay, where trials will be held and individuals will face accountability. Donald Trump's Department of Justice issued a memo warning government officials in sanctuary cities of potential arrests for failing to comply with ICE mass deportation efforts with the U.S. Attorney's Office prepared to prosecute. Thousands of United States military troops have been deployed to the border to combat drug and child trafficking, assist with deportations, and carry out additional missions in the future. Donald Trump has redirected $2 billion previously designated for illegal immigrants to provide support for the people of North Carolina. DOJ has directed federally funded legal service providers to cease offering support at immigration courts. FBI and DHS have raided the offices of Joseph Flynn, prominent immigration lawyer in Providence, Rhode Island, a designated sanctuary city. President Trump signs an executive order to fully release documents on the hits of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. President Trump has signed an executive order banning the creation of a central bank digital currency, also known as a CBDC. Representative Andy Ogles has introduced a proposal for a constitutional amendment that would permit President Trump to run for a third term. This is a bad idea. Why, you ask? Well, it would also allow Obama to run for a third term. So you would have a Obama versus Trump run. You tell me. Israel is preparing for the second stage in the first phase of the hostage deal. On Friday, Israel is supposed to receive the names of 4 live hostages, 1 civilian and 3 female observers. According to the plan, the deal will be carried out on Saturday afternoon when the 4 hostages will be handed over at the Red Cross, and from there they will be transferred to the IDF forces. There is an expectation in Israel that the civilian female hostage, Arbel Yahud, will be released. On Saturday, Israel is also supposed to receive the full list that Hamas has committed to deliver of who among the 33 is alive and who is dead. According to estimates, in Israel, at least 25 of the hostages are alive, considering the fact that on Sunday of this week, 3 hostages were released, and on Saturday, 4 more were expected to be released. This brings the number of hostages that are probably still alive to 18. Washington, D.C., Samaria Council head Yossi Dagan blessed Argentine presidential Javier Milei with the Aaronic blessing. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you, and he gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Milei responded with a loud amen. Reports indicate that the Trump administration is urging Israel to complete the IDF withdrawal from Lebanon by Sunday, as outlined in the truce agreement. Despite numerous Hezbollah violations, what is the point of signing an agreement if one side must comply despite the other's violations? as long as southern Lebanon remains contaminated with Hezbollah weapons and infrastructure, residents of northern Israel will not be safe. Hezbollah, in an official proclamation, quote, the 60-day period for the final withdrawal of the Israeli army from Lebanese territory is approaching. There is talk of postponing the withdrawal of the Israeli army from Lebanon. We will not accept any violations of the agreement. The parties must oblige Israel to withdraw from Lebanon to the last centimeter of our lands and allow people to return to their villages in southern Lebanon. An agreement amongst Israel's political and security echelons to maintain a presence in Lebanon territory beyond the 60-day deadline. A message regarding the decision was sent to the Americans, accompanied by substantial evidence of Hezbollah's violations over the past months. This evidence includes a report indicating Hezbollah's intention to persist with these actions and even maintain positions in certain areas of southern Lebanon. U.S. Senate has confirmed the appointment of John Ratcliffe as the CIA director. Trump, a short time ago, says it would be nice if they resolved the issues with Iran without Israel attacking there. So far, the only paying side in the attacks on Israel is Israel. We are pushed to release terrorists. We are pushed to withdraw from terror-infested areas that we captured. We cannot touch the biggest threat of all, Iran. Mr. President, who is your advisor? Amir Sarfati asks. Huge explosion at the oil refinery in Ryazan as a Ukrainian drone hit the facility. Breaking, the IDF will not withdraw from Lebanon fully before January 26th, as per the ceasefire. At a meeting in the Al-Naqoura in southern Lebanon between the enforcers of the ceasefire mechanism earlier this week, IDF representatives refused to commit to a timetable for the withdrawal and sought to extend the deadline by several days. Al-Fayyad, a Lebanese MP for Hezbollah's political wing, has warned that an Israeli refusal to withdraw by the deadline date will go without consequences. Them's fighting words. President Trump has revoked security protection for former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and aide Brian Hook. Samsung weighing relocating their dryer production facility to the United States in response to the tariffs and their threats. South Korea's Samsung Electronics and at least one other appliance maker are considering moving some operations from their plants in Mexico to the United States factories. The review is in response to President Trump's consideration of imposing 25% duties on imports from Canada and Mexico. On February 1st, a South Korean newspaper reported on Tuesday. Following President Trump's executive orders, the Coast Guard will be surging aircraft, cutters, and specialized forces in the southeastern border of Florida. This is to quell mass immigration from Haiti and Cuba. President Trump has made huge power moves in the past 24 hours to secure not just the U.S.-Mexico border, but all of the borders. Other areas receiving additional Coast Guard resources are the coasts of Alaska, Hawaii, Gulf of Mexico, Guam, and a few more. The purge by Trump regime continues in the administrative sector. U.S. Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Linda Fagan has been removed from her post in the latest moves to establish a regime for hunting illegal immigrants. NATO strategists expected that Russia will have the capacity to invade the Baltic by 2029. This will cause Article 5 of NATO, and it will lead to World War III. Best case, Germany is the media hub for the deployment of troops towards the Eastern Front. And this is the last one. South Dakota dairy farmer who voted for President Trump predicts food would run out in 2 days if mass deportation was put into place. I don't know. We'll see. That could go either way. Friends, hit that like button, do the subscribe thing and all that, darken out the bell, get the notifications. Love to have you back. Crisis report tomorrow night, a little bit more. My friends, hit the links in the description. They're all there. There is Substack and Subscribestar and Locals and X and Truth and what's the other one? Gab. Oh, and Minds. So, if you're into those places and going and get her done, do it. Other than that, God bless you all. Stack, stock, stick to the plan. Keep your head in the swivel and your powder dry. And we will see you on the next one. Okay? PrepperNow. Out.